Oh, is he alright there? He's missing majority of his texture. He's just a gun and a head. Oh no, he's back. He's back. Oh, and now he's just a head.
It's too late now. I remember everything and how careless we could be.
Yo, what's good everyone? Wolf here and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we're going to be playing The Outer Worlds, which is pretty much Fallout but in space, which I thought was a really cool concept, especially considering I like the Fallout games. If you haven't played The Outer Worlds before but you enjoy Fallout, I highly recommend checking out The Outer Worlds as it's a good game to sit down and play. It also has multiple endings, so don't worry about spoilers as your ending will be based around what you do during your playthrough, whereas mine was based on whatever I had done. If you want to check out The Outer Worlds, it's currently free to play if you have the PlayStation version of Game Pass. If you have completed the game but want more to do, then don't worry, as there's also 2 DLCs you can play and are included if you play through the PlayStation Game Pass. I've played and recorded both DLCs and will be making them into their own video. One last thing before we get into the bloopers and best moments, I want to say if you do enjoy today's video, be sure to hit the like button. Also consider subscribing if you're new to the channel so you don't miss out on all future content. Without further ado, let's get right into the video.
Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists left adrift out here forever, just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful. Looks to be your lucky day, my friend.
Please power down your engines and prepare to be...
Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down 10%. Skip drive
Shit.
inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck! King. Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry, I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you. Ah, you've landed. Good. Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste.
If this is going to be the sense of humour we're going to be having throughout the game, this is going to be fucking good.
Not sure I trusted the fellow.
What do you think you're doing? Carry on.
Yeah, it's what I thought, lad. You already owe my mate money. Don't moan at me for fucking stealing. Fuck, I started beef with the wrong people. I thought it was just a small geezer. Oh, fuck, what have I done? Oh, goat. That's what that button does. My new friend's absolutely goated with it. Oh, is he alright there? He's missing majority of his texture. He's just a gun in the head. Oh no, he's back. He's back. Oh, and now he's just a head.
Ain't over. Not
I've got a plan of action. Whether it's going to work, I don't know. I mean, technically, yes, it has worked. Calm.
Did I hear something?
That actually worked perfectly. And what is this gun? Because this is naughty. It's like a Wonderwaff LMG type thing, isn't it? That's sick. Good teamwork. Pavati's just stood there staring like, you got this, Captain, you got this. I know, but that's not the point. I could have done a little bit of backup, you know. It's just a skeleton with a top hat on. Hey, I could take the nice hat as well. Bro's shitting himself because I ran in here with a fucking gun and started spraying him. I let my mate finish you off. Good job. Absolutely sent him backwards as well. Oh, shouted him attached right back. Oh, fuck, what is that? Probably my best plan of action right now. Oh, fucking hell, look at him. Did we get him? Nope, no, 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 he went underground. Fuck's sake. Calm, we got him. Oh, why are you sticking that gun? We're like the fucking Avengers out here with all these powers. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Oh, fucking hell. Unlucky lad. You're about to get sprayed down. Well, I didn't kill him. That did though.
But I can't. So no. In another life, maybe that could have worked out for all of us. In this one, we're going to...
Well, we're going to war. Anyone else? You want smoke? Well, there's someone here. Got ya. Should be last skis up. They wanted to go to war with my mates, yeah? Not today, boys. We are not doing that. I went to war with you lot and look who come out on top. Me and my team. I did try to go the peaceful route, but they were adamant that they were going to war, so look where that left them. Steal it? What are they going to do? Come back to life and fucking try to kill me again? Fucking hell. God, fucking batter him. Have it. Oh, fucking hell, look at that guy. Put an hammer on his head. There we go. Job well done. No, what the fuck? Oh, they're not out. I thought they were done. Shit, I ran out of bullets. Fuck it, slam an hammer on his head. That works. This thing don't stand a fucking chance. I just brought in my two best soldiers and an acid weapon that works perfectly against mechanical robots. He don't stand a chance. Look at him. Told ya, didn't stand a chance. She thought that was going to wipe me out, yeah? I'm coming. I'm coming. Told ya. Have it.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists: engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Sanjar's civil liberties and worker-centric policies were slow to catch on with the other corporations. But as Halcyon began its long, arduous journey toward recovery, many of Terra 2's smaller townships started adopting MSI's alternative corporate structure, and eventually became entirely self-sufficient. In the coming years, many of these townships managed to eke by, where otherwise they might have starved. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation. Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. Adelaide McDevitt refused to cooperate with the ongoing effort to save Halcyon from collapse. A sympathetic deserter stole a copy of her research and delivered it to the Hope's scientists. It is unclear how useful Adelaide's research was. An optimistic estimate suggests her work may have bought Halcyon another few years of survival. Adelaide would never know. She died that winter. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. The destroyed Adrenatime synthesizer became a symbol of the board's cruelty and a rallying point for Wells and his scientists as they sought to build a more humane, ethical Halcyon. They cleared the dead from Gorgon's laboratories and repurposed them to aid in the crucial work of solving the colony's nutrition crisis. Gorgon, which had once sown death and destruction across Halcyon, became a source of hope and renewal. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The Rizzo's company in Halcyon dissolved after the collapse of the board. Needless to say, the launch of Spectrum Brown was indefinitely delayed. A stockpile of Spectrum Brown remains buried deep beneath the ruins of the old distillery, abandoned to time and attrition. With the dissolution of the board, Ruth Bellamy found herself without the two constants in her life, Byzantine culture and her sister Belinda. In the face of this new reality, she struggled to find a direction for her life. The colony had moved on from Halcyon Helen and would require new heroes in the years to come. And so Ruth Bellamy decided it was time to exit stage left. She quietly disappeared from public view. The dissolution of the board did not mean the dissolution of the ambitions of Cedric Kincannon, the charismatic leader of Sublight Underground. Cedric offered Slug's transportation services to the newly thawed colonists and set to work ferrying resources and food wherever they were most needed. For better or worse, Slug headgear became fashionable in the following years. As the board began to disintegrate, Spencer Woolrich found himself at a crossroads. Cling to what little stardom remained to him, or help usher Halcyon into its new future. To the surprise of many, perhaps himself most of all, Spencer chose the latter option. Having learned a variety of different skills in the many different roles played throughout his lengthy career, Spencer founded a radio serial dedicated to staying alive despite the odds. His subjects included how to survive violent encounters with only grazing wounds, dispense pithy one-liners for tense scenarios, and, of course, how to look good doing both. After a brief attempt at dating Helen as one person rather than two, which both Bertie and Helen found too strange, Bertie struck out on his own to try his hand at raising woolly cows. Many of his former Rangers teammates soon followed, accompanied by the woolly cow the team had originally plied with alcohol. The dairy farm thrived under Bertie's leadership and care. The Dairy Rangers privately believed that the woolly cows softened Bertie's temper considerably, although the only one brave enough to say this to his face was promptly headbutted. Due to the board's dissolution, many of the Prophet's old customers no longer found quite the same value in productivity seminars that they once had. With her business drying up, the Prophet chose to take her followers down a new path. Months later, salvagers on Eridanos found clues leading them to a seemingly abandoned bunker out in the wilderness. Inside, they discovered horribly mangled corpses, sacrificed to a blood-scrawled portrait of a sprat-headed deity. The Prophet was not among the bodies. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, an MSI subsidiary of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. Before his untimely death, Captain Alex Hawthorne had plans to restore and modify, for combat purposes, a sanitation and maintenance automechanical that he'd found in a state of disrepair in Emerald Vale's scrapyard. That unit remains broken down and forgotten in the Unreliable supply closet to this day. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
That was a very long, outro catch-up of what's happened all over the game. But that was brilliant. I really enjoyed the game. The only problem was I got a bit confused and lost on some bits, in some places. But it was a really good game to play, to be honest. And there's a lot of different outcomes that can happen. Like that robot that it said was broken down in the storage closet thing. I didn't even know there was a robot in there. If I did, I would have tried to fix it. But everyone's gonna get different outcomes. Like mine, it was mostly good, but there was a couple bits in there where things went bad because of choices I made. But that was good. I've got all the DLC played as well, so there will be it'll be made into one video or two, depending on how it goes during the editing. But I hope you did enjoy. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. Also consider subscribing for all future content, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.